In the age of AI, a single decision can literally mean the difference between security and, well, catastrophe. It's this impossible choice that pretty much every company is now facing. Do you publicize a dangerous vulnerability to arm your defenders, or do you keep it a secret and just cross your fingers that your enemies don't find it first? Welcome to what's known as the publisher's dilemma.
So let me ask you this. Think about your company's most guarded secrets. That new product design, your private client list. What if I told you they might already be public? Not on some hacked server, but hiding in plain sight, embedded deep inside an AI's memory, just waiting for anyone to ask the right question. It is a terrifying possibility, and believe me, it's at the heart of a brand new security crisis. So how does a company's confidential data even escape into the wild in the first place? Well, you might be surprised to hear it probably doesn't start with a sophisticated hack. Nope. It starts with a simple, everyday action from an employee who's really just trying to be more efficient. The process is almost ridiculously simple. An employee uses a public AI to, say, summarize a report. They paste proprietary data directly into the prompt without a second thought. And in that one moment, that data is absorbed by the model. It becomes part of its permanent training set. And just like that, sensitive information, your intellectual property, your PII, is now potentially discoverable by anyone on the internet.
And I really want to be crystal clear about this. This isn't temporary. Once that data is absorbed, it becomes a permanent fixture in the AI's knowledge base. There's no undo button, there's no takebacks, it's out there, baked into the very fabric of the model itself.
So this one simple mistake creates an almost impossible choice for the security firms that are trying to help. Let's take a company like Virtualization Options LLC. They're on the front lines of this whole new threat, and they have stumbled onto a massive problem.
See, they've figured out how to actually probe these AI models and find this leaked data. But this amazing breakthrough presents a really stark choice. Do they publish their methods so every company can search for its own leaks, or do they keep it all under wraps, hoping to contain the damage?
And this is the publisher's dilemma in a nutshell. On one hand, you desperately want to arm the defenders, right? Give them the tools to see how exposed they are. But on the other hand, you're terrified that publishing those same tools also hands a ready-made playbook directly to the attackers. It's a real catch-22.
Okay, let's explore that first impulse, just keeping these techniques secret. On the surface, it absolutely seems like the most responsible choice.
The logic, as the firm itself points out, is simple and it's powerful. If you release a how-to guide, malicious actors could immediately turn around and use it to hunt for and exploit any company's leaked data. It's a huge risk.
The thinking here is pretty straightforward. Keeping it secret prevents widespread abuse, it avoids handing attackers a neat, consolidated playbook on a silver platter, and it lines up with that more traditional, cautious approach to cybersecurity. You just don't broadcast the flaw until a patch is ready. Makes sense, right?
Well, maybe, because there's a really dangerous flaw in that cautious approach. So let's flip the coin and look at the other side of this dilemma, the really compelling case for transparency. And here's the other shoe dropping, again from the very firm wrestling with this. If they don't publish, the organization is left completely in the dark. They have no idea what secrets they've lost, no clue what their competitors might now know, or what an attacker could be using against them at this very second.
See, publishing actually empowers organizations to defend themselves. It gives them a fighting chance to find their own leaked data and then build strategies to mitigate the damage. It lets them get ahead of the problem. And maybe most importantly, it operates on a crucial assumption. The bad guys, they probably already know how to do this anyway.
And that last point, that brings us to the absolute core of the issue, the one fact that reframes this entire dilemma. And it's this. This is not a level playing field. Not even close.
This is the reality check. The source material is completely clear on this. Threat actors are not sitting around waiting for a security firm to publish a white paper. They're motivated, they are skilled, and they already have access to these techniques. They're already on the battlefield.
Just look at this. This visualizes the dangerous imbalance, the real asymmetry of this fight. You've got threat actors with high knowledge, and they possess the tools. And then you have the organizations they're targeting with low knowledge who do not. Keeping the method secret doesn't stop attackers. It only succeeds in keeping the defenders blind and unarmed.
So the crucial point is this. The dilemma, it isn't really about whether or not to arm the attackers. Let's be honest. They're already armed. The real choice is whether we are going to arm the defenders so they can actually fight back. By withholding this information, we're not protecting them, we're essentially ensuring they lose.
And this leaves us with one final, pretty sobering thought. The question is no longer if your data has been leaked this way, but what data has been leaked. So the real question you have to ask yourself is this: what secrets has your organization already lost that you don't even know are gone?